New tonight, numbers just released by a local university show the West Michigan economy is staying resilient, defying more national expectations of what may have begun to happen in the wake of the president's tariff threats. 13 on your side, political reporter Josh Albertus joins us now. And Josh, you spoke with the researcher who compiled that data. What did you learn?
Yeah, what he suggested is that things do move very quickly these days in these industries and for this kind of data. But what he saw is that there is optimism for the local economy.
Tonight, more than 3 months after President Donald Trump declared his so-called
Liberation Day,
talk of international tariffs is just as strong. This week, the White House sending letters to multiple world leaders, informing them of new across-the-board tariff rates starting next month. Nations like Japan and South Korea facing higher tariffs.
it's about time the United States of America started collecting money from countries that were ripping us off.
In the beginning, the uncertainty sent shockwaves throughout the global economy as stocks plummeted and businesses feared about what the way forward would be under higher potential costs. But here in West Michigan, several months have given way to a different outlook than may have been expected.
What I'm seeing right now is that little by little, the mood is starting to change.
A new June survey out from Grand Valley State University and its supply management research director, Brian Long,
We had 52 firms responding to this survey.
suggested what they say is a resilient West Michigan economy.
That's the optimism that we see right now, that they don't feel that this tariff war business is going to go on all that much longer.
That resilience also seemingly applied to one of the state's biggest industries, for which many feared tariffs would bring steep consequences.
Automotive turned in a better performance than we expected this month, probably because of the sales for automobiles is still holding up fairly well despite the higher interest rates and despite the higher prices for the vehicles.
The outlook defying what may have been earlier expectations, in part, Long expects, due to workarounds that were developed as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Those workarounds, I might add, are pretty much still in place. They can fall back on those just about any time they want to, including times like this right now that we have trouble with tariffs.
But what does this mean for consumers? On the other side of things like higher prices on cars, responses like an emphasis from some on reshoring jobs and shortening the supply chains, Long believes may lead to more local jobs.
Because once again, that's the direction that we seem to be going with a lot of companies right now.
But of course, these developments are still ongoing, and you kind of acknowledged things change very quickly in this arena these days. So a lot of that optimism and resiliency seemed rooted in a hope that tariff talks are going to resolve and trading with very important Michigan partners like Canada will be solved. But whether that happens or if instead the numbers will start to look more grim, that's still up in the air.